Hello everyone and welcome to Valamore Things. Feel free to follow me to see more of my content. Thank you and I hope you'll enjoy the video. Hello guys and welcome back to another video, but first of all thank you so much because we almost reached 1000 subscribers and that's insanely huge for me. That's like a dream come true. And thank you so much for watching my video, for subscribing, commenting and liking them. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. Back to us, today we're on a mission. I wanted to create a deck that was under 20 ticks and that could compete in the modern metagame today. So I did a little research on the internet and what I found is that probably the most competitive archetype that you could convert into a budget version without losing that much was probably Warren Soultrader combo, because at least online this deck is very cheap and this version I'm playing is very cheap and for 14 ticks to be exactly. So what do we have here? The most expensive cards we have in the deck are Bloodstained Mire, I think, and probably, I don't know, Chthonian Nightmare, or I don't even know. Just probably Bloodstained Mire and the rest is just a bunch of ticks. By the way, this is a really already seen combo. Warren Soultrader, Marionette Apprentice and Gravecrawler are the cards that needs to work together to win the game, mostly on the spot, because with Warren Soultrader you sacrifice the Gravecrawler to create a treasure token. By doing so, thanks to Marionette Apprentice, the opponent will lose 1 life, and after that we sacrifice the treasure token, and the opponent will lose another life because sacrificing the treasure token will make the opponent lose 1 life. Sorry. And after that we play once more the Gravecrawler because Warren Soultrader is also a zombie, so we can play Gravecrawler from the graveyard. Once we do so, we sacrifice Gravecrawler again and again and again and again, playing it as many times that we need to, while we trigger Marionette Apprentice 2 times per time we play the Gravecrawler. To help us build this combo we have 4 Unearth and 3 Chthonian Nightmares. We also have a Supplier and we want to hit something that we can later on reanimate thanks to Unearth and Chthonian Nightmare. We have Ripples of Undeath, which is very good card, but maybe a bit too slow, I don't know, but that's a decent engine. And we also can grab something back thanks to this all-in-one card. And another thing that I found interesting in this list is Undead Butler. So this guy enters Windmill Tree, very similar to Supplier. But when this guy dies, we may exile it and we can grab back a creature card from our graveyard to our hand. So we can later on sacrifice this guy to, I don't know, Carrion Feeder, Warren Soultrader or Chthonian Nightmare and get back something we just milled with himself, which is absolutely not bad. I also have 1 Accursed Marauder, a few Fatal Pushes, 2 copies, Carrion Feeder, that's a nice suck engine if we're lacking Warren Soultrader, so not bad. Full set of Boggart Trawler because it's very good lately. Many decks are playing with Delirium and Abhorrent Oculus and Flage, so Boggart Trawler is a very relevant card. We also run 4 copies of Flare of Malice. You know, the targets are Murktide Regent, Abhorrent Oculus, and I don't know, other big threats, maybe big Eldrazi's and whatever. I also have in the mana base the Spymaster's Vault because it's a free upgrade to a swamp and costs close to 0 tickets, so not bad too. And can also be very interesting, and you're going to see how useful Spymaster's Vault will be in our league. In the sideboard, since we don't have Thoughtseeds, the closer thing we have to Thoughtseeds is Duress. We have 2 Extirpates and 1 Nihil Spellbomb against Flage and other, you know, Gory or Reanimator or whatever. But I think that we might just change the Extirpate with Nihil Spellbomb, but we talk about this later in the video. We also have Feed the Swarm against Leyline Bindings, Leyline of the Guild-Pack, Static Prison, and whatever kind of hate we might face. We have 2 Glistening Deluge and 1 Malicious Eclipse, of course against Boros, which is the absolute tier 1, almost unbeatable deck in the format, and Pithing Needle against mostly the One Ring. So are you ready to come on a quest with me to find out what's the best way to build a Magic the Gathering budget and effective deck for the modern format? Let's find out. Okay, so we're up against the current trophy leader of modern friendly leagues, Raja 00, with 7 trophies in just a couple days, playing, well, of course, Boros Energy. We start off with Stitcher Supplier, and opponent follows up with an Ocelot Pride, with handplay Marionette Apprentice, and we proceed to instantly kill the Ocelot Pride via Flare of Malice. We have a decent amount of cards in our graveyard, and I think we're just missing... Oh, we have a Warren Soultrader. Yeah, we're just missing, I guess, a Gravecrawler. So we can just... Opponent has another Ocelot Pride and a Flage in the graveyard. What we do is we play a Boggart Trawler, exiling all of our opponent's graveyard. Opponents swing with the Ocelot Pride, we take the damage. Opponent then places a Raptor into a Galvanic Discharge on our Marionette Apprentice. But luckily we draw another Marionette Apprentice, and we follow up probably with Carrion Feeder. Opponent casts Discharge on the Marionette Apprentice, so double removal from my opponent and also double Ocelot Pride. Not bad for my opponent. What is my opponent up to now? We don't really have a way to stop the... Oh, Ajani. Yeah, I don't really think we can win from here. Opponent had like the perfect sequence. Like Pride, removal, Pride, and yeah, that's it. Raptor into Ajani is very good. They also have the City's Blessing, so a lot of tokens. Oh, yeah, that's a Warren Soultrader, but I don't think that's enough to actually win. I can get back an Undead Butler. I'm trying to find... I sacrifices the Butler, and I found a Soultrader. I got back the Soultrader, but what I wanted was a Gravecrawler. So, as you can see, we could have still won. We were about to win, but what happened is that we couldn't find a Gravecrawler. So I think this combo here is not bad at all, but what this combo here lacks is an alternative to Gravecrawler. Unluckily, I should play like a Market Grave or something, or more copies of Undead Butler. I don't know, we'll talk about this in conclusions. By the way, we just lost the first match against Raja 00. Let's see if the sideboard can help us steal the win. Okay, this time we have the sideboard. And I think I boarded out like Accursed Marauder because it's super weak against the Ajani, Carrion Feeder and Boggart Trawler. And I brought in like Extirpate and probably the Glistening Deluges. So we now have Glistening Deluge, as you can see. So I'm gonna commit and have my opponent flood the board with as many cats as they can. Double Ocelot Pride, but I think my opponent knows that we have Deluge in sideboard. Because, so I'm gonna try and do some sort of social experiment here and see if my opponent is going to commit even more next turn by playing, I don't know, Raptor into Ajani, giving us a 4/1. I don't think my opponent is gonna commit any more than this. So we take the damage, it's not that bad. We go down to 15, which is decent. Okay, our turn. So opponent didn't commit, and we have the combo online. But I decide to go Deluge, and I don't want to get a removal into my face And I want my opponent to tap out, maybe playing the One Ring, so that we can win into his face. Okay, opponent goes with the One Ring, and I think we can easily win, so... What do? Unearth, get back Soultrader, play Marionette Apprentice, play Gravecrawler, and we begin the loop. It's Gravecrawler again, and as I told you, even last time I played Warren Soultrader combo, what I love about this deck is that we can win through the One Ring and out of nowhere. So if the opponent commits and plays the One Ring, they place the One Ring, tapping 4 mana, they don't have anything else. They feel safe because of the One Ring, we just combo into their face. So, what about Raja Double O? We are now tied 1-on-1. Let's see if we can stop him from winning another trophy. My sideboard stayed the same. I have to take a mulligan to 6. And we have a 1-lander I decide to keep because I have many spells at 1 mana. Okay, that's not another land. And we milled away 2 Unearth and 1 Flare of Malice, which is not good. Opponent has Goblin Bombardment, and we, of course, we don't draw. The second land, we place. I don't play Citrus Supplier because I want Fatal Push on Ajani. But they can, of course, Goblin Bombardment it into my Citrus Supplier. And we milled away 2 lands, something I don't really like. And of course we're not hitting another land, so what I do is pass the turn, because I really want... If opponent has another Fatal Push, I think we are in trouble. Sorry, if opponent has another Ajani, I meant. Because they can sack the Cat Warrior in response, they have Guide of Souls, they have Ocelot Pride, so I think here I'm gonna just kill the Ocelot Pride. Probably. Yes. Okay, now I have a Swamp. I'm probably gonna play a Ripples of Undeath. I don't know, this is not looking great. I really need another land to be able to play Deluge, but even if I have Deluge, they can just suck everything in response and swing me or my board with Goblin Bombardment. And they take my Ripple. Oh gosh. So I go Supplier and I try Extirpate on Ajani. Opponent boarded in... what? Containment Priest? That's really strange. Okay, chained to the rocks on my Supplier for whatever reason. Okay, so we're missing the third land. Opponent. Containment Priest. So, let me read Containment Priest once more. If a non-token creature would enter and it wasn't cast, exile it instead. So this thing blocks my... doesn't block my combo, but blocks Unearth and... oh, by the way, yeah, and Chthonian Nightmare. By the way, opponent played the One Ring. And of course I don't have the third land. Oh gosh. I really need another land. I milled away 3 lands with Ripple. And I'm too low to pay life because they have Goblin Bombardment. I don't think I can win from here. I was really unlucky and I don't feel I deserve this loss. I add a mulligan to 6. Oh, Static Prison. Opponent of course has like so many removals. And by the way, the One Ring needs to go. Yes, another Containment Priest, Guide of Souls, so many things. Yes, I'm just gonna concede, guys. Yeah, that's lost. So we were close to beating them, but if we don't start and we are on the draw and not on the play, and what happens is that we are stuck on 1 land for several turns, and after that we're stuck on 2 lands while we have Glistening Deluge stuck on our hand, and we're not really doing anything else. You cannot expect to win against the Tyrant deck of the format. Even the first game was close and we were unlucky because with one Gravecrawler we could have won. So I definitely think that this is 50-50 and we were just unlucky. Well, congrats to Raja 00 for another trophy. Yep, let's meet into match number 2. We are on the play once more and I decide to keep because I have both Unearth and Ripples of Undeath and 2 Soultraders. So what I do is committing into thinking that Ripples will give me something worth unearthing. Opponent is playing Mono Red, Delirium Burn. What? Okay, Lightning Bolt, Survey, Skewer the Critics into the graveyard. And that was upkeep. Okay, they draw. They play the Scalding Tarn. So they now have Delirium. They go Skewer the Critics into my face, and I'm already down to 14. And now after the attack, down to 11. So upkeep. Okay, so I decided to unearth a Boggart Trawler. I milled away with Ripples of Undeath. So my opponent doesn't have Delirium anymore. They swing, and I decide to block the DRC. Can they get Delirium with that? So land, bolt. Okay, we're milling something. And we're down to 5, by the way. Opponent only has 1 card in hand. But we are nowhere near winning, so okay. Is my opponent passing anytime soon? Okay, so now we have 3 lands. I just play the Warren Soultrader, swing my opponent, and pray for the best, I guess. Damage goes through. My opponent's turn. They swing with Slickshot show off. Do they have a pump spell or some kind of damaging spell? Apparently not. Are they holding a Boros Charm? By the way, I don't really have anything meaningful right now. I'm milling away with Ripples of Undeath, and I cannot use his ability. So I'm gonna try and swing with both my creatures, but I don't really have any ways of getting out of here. I mean, I can try and play the Zulaport, but they will answer with a Boros Charm. Of course they do, and that's GG. So I'm not really worried about this matchup. We can adjust things with the sideboard, I guess. My god, my chair is making so many noises. So sideboard, I think I didn't board it anything actually, and I just decided that it was okay. That's odd, but that's what it is. So yeah, we start off with a Stitcher Supplier, milling away Ripples of Undeath, Boggart Trawler, and Warren Soultrader. We have a Chthonian Nightmare to get back the Soultrader even now if we want to. And we also have Gravecrawler, so we might be able to combo off soon. So back to us. So I played the Gravecrawler and Carrion Feeder. I just want to be aggressive here and not comboing off. And I want to have a decent target for Flare of Malice just in case. I don't want the Soultrader just to be smashed away for no reason. So my opponent exiled a Slickshot show off, and is going to play that on next turn perhaps. So I swing for 4 damage here. So what I usually miss about Carrion Feeder is that I can sack Gravecrawler to Carrion Feeder as many times as I want to pump him and just pay black mana to get the Gravecrawler back. So that's a nice interaction that I usually miss. So they want to kill my Warren Soultrader, and what I do is firing up a Flare of Malice. So my opponent has to sack his Slickshot Show-Off. They still get 1 Prowess trigger off of that Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt will fizzle probably. Yes. I still get 2 damage. And after that, it's back to us. Oh, we have Marionette Apprentice. Surgican on the Warren Soultrader? Oh, that's gonna hurt us. That's gonna hurt a lot. I don't think so. I think we can just win like that. I can just play Marionette Apprentice, sack a bunch of things to Gravecrawler, swing, and probably just win this turn. Oh, they have Lava Dart. I'm gonna sack the Crawler onto Carrion Feeder. Lava Dart is a good card. Okay, does Marionette Apprentice resolve? Yes, it does. Fabricate 1, we're gonna create a servo, I guess. Why is my replay tool taking so long today? Sorry about that. I really want to edit my videos in a different ways, but I don't know how to. Let's press this button and see what happens. Okay, so... Yep. We played a Crawler and a Servo, sacrifices both of them to Carrion Feeder and swung my opponent for 5 damage. Opponent is down to 3, and I can almost win from here by sacrificing Stitcher Supplier. And I can sacrifice Carrion Feeder to its own ability and put my opponent down to 1, but that won't do it. I think my opponent is locked out from doing anything because I'm at 17 already. So I'm still at 17. That's what I meant. Okay, opponent is passing. Back to us. So what do? We have many ways of winning here. The replay tool is like really odd today. It's taking forever. I don't know why. So by the way, we're gonna speed this up. So what happened is I play Zulaport. They go Path to Exile on the Carrion Feeder in response, so I cannot sacrifice anything. And what happened is that we're stuck here, and opponent, which is Ilduendo, and we played several times against each other, conceded because they didn't had any solutions to what was coming. So I just had to attack with Stitcher Supplier, Gravecrawler. They only had 1 blocker, and I had 2 drain effects in case one of them died. If they didn't block, they would just die from combat damage, and that's it. So we are tied 1-1, so we are holding our ground into the modern metagame. Let's see if we can grab a win. So this is the last match. Last game into this match. I start off with a Gravecrawler, and I have an Accursed Marauder, which is a very good card in my opinion. My opponent kills my Gravecrawler for apparently no reason with Play with Fire. So I think my opponent is also trying to play on a budget, seeing what he's playing right now. So the replay tool really has something wrong. Opponent decided to play Slickshot Show-Off, Surgical Extraction on my Gravecrawler and swing me for 3 damage. It's back to me. And upkeep. I'm just probably play Accursed Marauder here. So I don't know what's wrong with this replay tool, I swear to God. By the way, I play Accursed Marauder and kills Lictor Show Off. Back to my opponent. My opponent played a tapped land and passed back to me. What I do is commit and play a Boggart Trawler, exiling my opponent's graveyard, buying me some time. My opponent is playing a fetch land, passing back to me. I have an Unearth and I swing with Boggart Trawler. I play Warren Soultrader and opponent bolts my face. I'm holding my Unearth just in case. Opponent fully commits and plays Fear Fire Foes. Never seen this card, but they do X damage to target creature and 1 damage to each other creature with the same controller. So they did 3 damage to the Soultrader and 1 to the Boggart Trawler and 1 to the Accursed Marauder and killed everything I had. Back to me. I have double Marionette Apprentice and that's what I do. And with the Unearth, I wanted to bring back the Warren Soultrader, but they surgicaled even the Soultrader. So now we are playing without Soultrader and without Gravecrawler. But opponent is down to 7. And I have double Marionette Apprentice, so they gotta be careful. Back to us. Undead Butler, I love this card. And we played Butler and we milled away Zulaport Cutthroat and another Marionette Apprentice. Opponent is down to 3. What can they do? They do nothing and they just... Here we are on the play again. Let's see if the replay tool now works correctly. We are probably facing Boros once more because we have a Giganta. What I do is playing Stitcher Supplier and pass the turn. And yes, we are up against Boros once more. So what can we effectively do against such a good deck? Ocelot Pride, we take the damage and they create double token. We're not in a good spot, but I think we just won because we have Zulaport Cutthroat, Gravecrawler, Warren Soultrader, and that's it. Yikes! I really should add sounds and memes to my videos. That's gonna be interesting. Oh, my opponent apparently has an answer and killed Warren Soultrader. Oh, and we are... By the way, we have Chthonian Nightmare next turn. They play Ajani, I don't really care about that. I take all the damage, I don't care. Yeah, all the cats. Chthonian Nightmare. We sack the Crawler, we get back the Warren Soultrader, and we have another Crawler, and the opponent didn't know about that. And we just finish off our opponent on turn 3, turn 4 maybe. And we just killed the opponent out of nowhere. We're up 1-0 against Boros. Let's see if we can steal the win into this match. So you might already know what's in the sideboard. Glistening Deluge, and I also put in a few copies of Feed the Swarm. Nothing against the One Ring in particular, because I think we can win through the One Ring if that's the case. I worded out Marauder, Carrion Feeder, Boggart Trawler, Ripples of Undeath, and 1 Flare of Malice. So this time things aren't looking great, but my opponent is committing. So I can just probably fire off a Malicious Eclipse on next turn, killing all of my opponent's board state. And that's what I do. And now things are looking good for us. But opponent has the One Ring. And this is the point where the One Ring is not good against us. Or I mean, it's not good for us because I really want to be able to win through the One Ring, but at this point it's gonna be hard. So I get back a Marionette Apprentice, but as you can see, I don't have a Warren Soultrader into the graveyard and no ways to get one. Of course, now my opponent has Flage, many cards. I think we're done. They discharged my Apprentice, and we're just missing 1 Warren Soultrader because we even have Gravecrawler now. Oh gosh. We're just missing the Soultrader. We can still do it. Opponent draws a bunch of cards with the One Ring. So stupid. Ocelot Pride. What? Arabella. Oh, and they have Static Prison, of course. We go Chthonian Nightmare. We get back the Butler. We mill 3 cards. Oh, no. We sack the Butler. We get back probably the Marionette Apprentice while we reanimate with Chthonian Nightmare the Marionette Apprentice, and we get back the Supplier because we are looking for a Soultrader. That's just what we need. Yeah, draw as many cards as you want. And even if we sacrifice the Stitcher Supplier, we couldn't hit a Warren Soultrader even this time. Opponent has 8 energies. They're gonna... Oh, Arabella, 4 damage. Plus 3. I think we're dead. I mean, we looked almost half of our library for a Warren Soultrader. We couldn't find one. We had plenty of spots to win, but we couldn't find a single Soultrader. My gosh, no Soultrader, still no Soultrader. Chthonian Nightmare. But no Soultrader is there. I'm gonna get back the Butler, trying to find one. Oh gosh. And I just decided to concede because even if I were to finally find a Soultrader, I don't have any mana to play Chthonian Nightmare and win. Oh gosh, that's so sad. That is so sad. Oh gosh. By the way, with Carrion Feeder, when I don't have the Soultrader, I can still do some damage if I have Carrion Feeder, Apprentice, and Gravecrawler. Maybe let's pretend that this was a Carrion Feeder. I could have done like 10 damage. No, it's not double. Yeah, like 5 damage. Yeah, it wouldn't matter. Yeah. No, I'm just blabbering. Okay, we're 1-on-1 against Boros. Let's see if we can win this match and go 2-1 in this league for now. Let's see if I change the sideboard a bit. Yes, I brought in Pithing Needles because I really needed them. So now we have the combo into our hand. We took a mulligan, but we have the combo turn 1, 2, 3, and we have the combo. So we can do it. So we now have Marionette Apprentice, and we're not gonna swing, of course, because Ocelot Pride has lifelink. So opponent taps out and gets an Ajani. I think we just won. Yes, we did. Warren Soultrader, and they don't have an answer. And out of nowhere, here comes our win, and we beat Boros with a 14 ticks deck. If I trim away Fetchlands, it's like a 10 ticks deck beating Boros with Run Rings and Ajani and Ocelot Pride and Empty Raptor and MH3 cards. And, well, okay, we are playing MH3 cards too. There are like 4 into play right now. Well, expensive MH3 cards, but you got the point. And we win! It's 2-1 in this league so far. Let's see what will happen in the next match. Can we go 4-1 with this deck? So I am playing against this guy named Alessandro81. By the way, Alessandro is also my name. And what is happening here is probably Mill. I don't know, Thoughtseeds, Preordain. What is he playing? By the way, we have a decent hand with Butler. Gerard Butler. Does he look like a Gerard Butler? No, he doesn't. By the way, we milled away just lands, mostly. Opponent has another Preordain. That's fine to me. So we swing for 2. Opponent down to 14. And we play a Gravecrawler. And we go Unearth on the Boggart Trawler, trying to exile my opponent's graveyard. Opponent does nothing. It's odd. An island. A Consider. Shores into the graveyard and Fatal Push into my Boggart Trawler. That's okay, I guess. Undercity Seawards. Okay. Back to us. Oh, we are missing another land. I mean, we played 22. We milled away 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe I should cut. I should cut Fetlands. By the way, opponent is down to 9. 5 cards in hand. So, oh, a Psychic Frog. What's that? I can try and fire a Fatal Push. And it resolves? What is my opponent even doing? I can try and just win like this. Isn't that odd? Chthonian Nightmare, but opponent can. Oh, finally a counterspell. Okay. Push, Psychic Frog, counterspell, Consider. We are facing UB Murktide. That's a sink into Super, right? He should have probably kept that. I don't know why he played. I swing. Does he have Subtlety? Shoot the Sheriff. That's okay, we're gonna get back the Trawler. If they play a Borrent Hoculus, Boggart Trawler is very good against them. And we're just trying to play Boggart Trawler and it resolves. Opponent shoots the Sheriff, but it's too late. Boggart Trawler already exiled everything. Opponent is down to 2. And I conceded, we're up 1-0 against UB. Let's see what will happen in the next game. I'm learning, I'm finally learning. Oh gosh, I really wish I could edit my videos. I mean, I could if I wanted to, because I have the technical skills to do so, but time is lacking. I have many hobbies, fishing, World of Warcraft. I also play hockey. I have a girlfriend. That's not a hobby, but, you know, it's a good time with your girlfriend, so I'm gonna spend as much time as I can with her rather than playing MTG. By the way, I wish I could edit my videos more than I'm doing right now. So what I'm trying to do now is comboing off into my opponent's face in turn 2. With thanks to Unearth and Gravecrawler, and the opponent doesn't have an answer, and we're just comboing off into his face because he doesn't have an answer, and out of nowhere we had the combo. And I am so glad we did have it. Because this means we are 3-1 in this league with this incredibly beautiful 14 ticks deck. That in my opinion could be improved even more than this. So we are 3-1 in this league, and I'm sorry, but I think my opponent did mostly nothing in this game. And even in the match before, so in the game before, sorry. I don't know, I haven't learned, that's a curse. I don't know, UB is a very good and interactive deck, but if we have the right cards, we just cannot be stopped. So it's 3-1, let's see if we can grab the 4-1 in the final match. I don't know who are we up to, but Chagio, Misty Rainforest, what is that? We fetch, we grab a swamp. Spoiler, we only have swamps. We play Teacher Supplier, and we have a crawler into the graveyard, which is great. Hedgemates. Oh, Living End. Oh no. No, please. Not Living End. Oh gosh. Okay. Oh gosh. Well, I mean, we can put things into the graveyard, and we even have trawlers. Oh gosh, no, endurances. Okay, well, we're still gonna mill 3. Oh, and we milled away a Marionette Apprentice and a Crawler. So if we top deck something like Warren Soultrader after the Living End, we may be able to win on the spot. That's risky. That's very risky for my opponent. Okay. That's very risky. Do they have like Subtlety? They always do. But we're not gonna draw Soultrader. Simply cannot happen. So I go Ripples of Undeath and Gravecrawler. I'm gonna pass because if I made my calculations right, I can just block one Generous Hand, survive one turn, and perhaps win the next one. So we're gonna block the Generous Hand. Okay, we're down to 5. That's not what I needed. I'm gonna grab back the Butler, play the Butler, see what happens. And we're at the point where even if I have Soultrader, I simply cannot win because I don't have enough life points to do so. Well, that's it. How I hate Living End. Let's see what will happen in the next game. So I think we have a pretty decent sideboard against the Living End, but even the matchup, I think it's quite favorable because we have many self-meaning things, but I have another mulligan and I have, of course, I keep a 1-lander and I milled away 2 lands, so we're having trouble now. But we have Unearth on Boggart Trawler whenever we might need it. By the way, I didn't think that Duress could be good, so I left it out. And I boarded out also Carrion Feeder, Feather Push, 2 copies, and brought in Extirpate and the Nihil Spellbomb. By the way, one of the Extirpates is gone, so... And I finally have the second land. I should probably go Undead Butler, Unearth on the Boggart Trawler. And opponent has Waker of Waves. That's okay. And I targeted them and I exiled all of their graveyard. So they have to rebuild from scratch. Damping Matrix. What's that? Oh, we cannot activate abilities from creatures and artifacts. So my Spellbomb is gonna be useless and I cannot combo off. But opponent is down to 8. They are close to death. I get back a Spymaster's Vault. And I play a Marionette Apprentice. Opponent has Subtlety, pitching a Sink into Stupor. Can they just play the Subtlety? That's odd. Do they want Subtlety into their graveyard so they can combo off next turn? Press the enemy. Oh, press the enemy into Living End they had into their hand, which is very much odd. And they reanimate the Subtlety, which is very much unlikely to see. What was that? Dear God. So I go Butler. And I try to reanimate my Soultrader, but they have Endurance! What's that? Okay, so press the enemy, Subtlety, Living End, Endurance? Damping Matrix? Can I even win this game? I'm down to 8 and the opponent is up to 7. So I now have Chthonian Nightmare, but I'm gonna play Undead Butler to mill away something. And I milled away a Boggart Trawler, so I decided to swing, and my opponent gets down to 7. How can I win this? Chthonian Nightmare. And I even have Force of Negation. Okay. I decided to play Boggart Bog and not Boggart Trawler because I want some mana. So I now may block with the Butler, getting back the Trawler, which is good, but not great. So we now have Supplier. I swing with the Butler. Opponent down to 5. Can we win this? Supplier. And we see a Gravecrawler, which is not bad. We go Boggart Trawler, and the opponent has a Sink into Stupor. Okay, another interaction. Okay, now we can block 1. Oh, opponent stays back. We go down to 2. And they go Shardless Agent, probably ignoring a Cascade and just playing the Shardless. So how can I do that? I need like... I have to commit and see something with Spymaster's Vault. Opponent double blocks. I can get back the Marauder now with Undead Butler. Okay, now I'm gonna connive. Oh, and I see Unearth and Chthonian Nightmare. Oh, what a play! What a play! Wait. So, wait, what happened here is that with Spymaster's Vault, I connived 2 times. No, sorry, 3 times. 3 times, okay. And I got back the Accursed Marauder. And now I have Unearth and Chthonian Nightmare. Opponent doesn't have any interaction because only 1 card and 2 untapped mana, no double blue. So what I'm gonna do now probably is playing the Accursed Marauder. Wait, nothing will happen if I play the Accursed Marauder. I have to make them... So what can I do? I don't remember what I did. So, okay, so yes, I play Accursed Marauder. So now they have to sack, and we sacked Accursed Marauder. We go Unearth. Okay, sorry, I couldn't remember I was tapping mana already. And now opponent doesn't have anything, and what? Spymaster Vault, clutch Spymaster Vault. And opponent has, oh my god, they top deck the Plea. What's that? Okay. Well, we got back the Marauder. And oh gosh, and they even had Endurance. Now we have Marionette Apprentice. Okay, we can win thanks to Marionette Apprentice plus Chthonian Nightmare? Oh my god. Can we do it? I think I have enough mana, so if they block, they still get damage, and they double block. That's okay. They go down to 2. And we now have double Chthonian Nightmare, and we can win. That's insane. This game was insane, guys. Oh my gosh. This game was mad. My opponent had so many answers, but we even had many more top decks. Oh my gosh. We are a 2, he's a 2, Chthonian Nightmare, Marionette Apprentice trigger, and we steal the win. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, what a game. That was epic. My chair, by the way, is so loud. I need to do something. That game was insane. Oh, I'm losing my mind. Let me know in the comments if this was one of the most insane games of Magic the Gathering you have seen. Oh gosh. By the way, we are tied 1-on-1. Oh god. Let's see if I can steal the win. Sideboard stayed the same. I now brought in Duress because it has Force of Negation, Damper Matrix, Hardened Plea, and whatsoever. So we have 5 lands. We don't like 5 lands. And I start with Crawler because he cannot play anything on turn 2, so I'm just holding my Duress. Oh boy, I'm just shocked because I thought that was unwinnable, but we had so many clutch cards. The Accursed Marauder, my god. And okay, so with Duress we grab the Force of Negation. But opponent still has Shardless, Colossal Sky Darter, and Sink into Stupor. So things aren't looking great for us. opponent, Sky Turtle. That was predictable. And now Shardless Agent reanimating a Generous Hand and the Colossal Sky Turtle. Okay, now we got Duress. Oh no, sorry. I wanted to go Duress, but for some reasons I didn't, and I played a Chthonian Nightmare. I don't know why. I wanted to play Chthonian Nightmare. I should have played Duress and Chthonian Nightmare after that. So, by the way, we played Flare of Malice into Gravecrawler. Now we have a Soultrader and opponent has 2 cards in hand which are Sink into Super and Otawara. Now opponent has 3 cards in hand. We get back the Gravecrawler, we have another Gravecrawler, we have a Carrion Feeder. We swing for 3 and opponent has another Endurance which is insanely good top deck. My god. We knew about that, by the way. And I forced my opponent into playing into this now. By attacking with the Soultrader, that wasn't the best deal, but... I think we're dead. Yes, because none of my zombies can block. That's an anticlimactic loss, and I think we should change something in the sideboard, but we talk about this in conclusions in a moment. So here we are talking about this deck. The deck felt great and super competitive because we beat many tier decks. We beat Boros, we beat UB Murktide, and we beat a strange like burn deck, and we lost a close game against Boros, in my opinion. We were just unlucky with lands, I think, and we lost to Living End in a matter that I'm not really convinced that we deserved that loss, because we could have done something better, and probably I didn't play it the way I should play that matchup. By the way, talking about the list, starting from the main deck, what I don't like is Carrion Feeder, which is basically useless, and I think I can easily cut both of the Carrion Feeders and probably play one more Accursed Marauder that was great. And I don't know, probably one Fatal Push, or I don't know, another good 1-mana zombie card that we might want in this list, but Fatal Push is also very good. Unearth, Stitcher Supplier, Gravecrawler are all great. Mana base, probably Bloodstained Mire. We need them, yes. We could try and fit, I don't know, Raucous Theater, 1 Raucous Theater and 1 Blood Crypt, which are also very budget friendly, and stick 2 of them and change something in the sideboard. Other than that, Zulaport Cutthroat was great because it worked as a 5th copy of Marionette Apprentice, and it was great. Ripples of Undeath was mid at best. I don't know. 3 copies are just too much. The problem is that if you play 3 copies, I mean, this card, in order to work, you have to play that on turn 2, okay? If you don't, it's basically useless, because it does absolutely nothing the moment you play it. So, it's a self-mill engine, but I don't really like it. We could, theoretically speaking, cut 3 Ripples of Undeath, play 2 more Undead Butlers, and, I don't know, the 4th Fatal Push? Boggart Trawler, just great. Warren Soultrader, great. Flare of Malice, great. In the sideboard, I think we should change Extirpates and play Nihil Spellbombs. I think we should cut, I don't know, 1 Feed the Swarm, probably, and 2 Duress and play, or even 4 Duress and play 4 copies of Break the Ice. Yeah, in the main deck, I don't know about the price of those cards, but Fulminator Mage could also be good. Even in sideboard, we could pay the 3 Break the Ice and 1 Fulminator Mage and try to, you know, with Unearth and Chthonian Nightmare, to bring back Fulminator Mage as many times as we need to. And after that, Feed the Swarm, yeah, felt mid. nothing particularly good, but sometimes we need to get rid of enchantments, and this is good. Against enchantments, of course, as we are mono black. Glistening Deluge and Malicious Eclipse, very good. You cannot really play the game without them. Last but not least, Pithing Needle. I was wondering, why not playing Phyrexian Revoker? We can grab him back with Unearth. So, in case you're wondering, Phyrexian Revoker is this thing here. I should have some copies. And if I don't... Well, okay, now the game, the library's game is loading and it's completely fucked up. But Google up Phyrexian Revoker. Basically, it's a Pithing Needle that cannot name lands. So it doesn't work. This guy here, okay, Phyrexian Revoker. You can get this guy back. I mean, you place, I don't know, turn 1 Stitcher Supplier, Revoker goes into the graveyard, turn 2 Chthonian Nightmare, and you get it back, and you name the One Ring, and done. Okay, you got the point. While Pithing Needle, if you don't have it in your hand from the start, useless. But Phyrexian Revoker cannot name Woodland, so that might be a problem from time to time. By the way, would I bring this deck to a competitive tournament? Probably not, because I will bring the most expensive version of this with, you know, more colors, more options, and more expensive cards. But if you want to approach the modern metagame, if someone is approaching Modern and Magic the Gathering and wants to play even online or in paper and wants to play the game, I think this deck could be a great option. Let me know. Let me see the paper cost of this deck. So tabletop. If we cut the Bloodstained Mire, which is like 50 between $60, you cut that with like $100 and maybe something less, you can build this entire deck, which is, I know it might sound like a lot to some people, but in reality, $100, it's like nothing for a modern deck. And I think this was really reliable, and it stood against everyone. We never lost 2-0, but we won 2-0 once. So this deck is definitely competitive, and it's very well built, I think. Looking forward, I will probably try to play this deck again. So please let me know in the comments if you want me to play this deck once more with a more competitive but still cheap and budget version of this deck, or if you don't like this budget option and you would like to see the most competitive version of this deck in action. So let me know down in the comments what you think about this. And by the way, thank you so much once more for watching my videos. You guys are the best. See you in my next video very soon.